In this video, we're going to see how to create a basic stack. Start with a new project, add a noise map to it. At this point, we can actually do all of the standard stuff with a height map, such as setting the material and the properties. Now we'll go to the stack and we'll start adding some common items to it. On any item, you can double click in the text area of the item to bring up the properties. The properties will allow you to change the device comment, which is the line that shows up underneath the device, so you can name them specifically how you want them to be to keep track of them in the stack. This also shows us what the current height map is at this specific location in the stack. If you double click on the mask, that's currently not supported yet. If you double click on the height map icon, that allows you to actually edit the device. Or you can use the toolbar button to edit the device as well. Devices that don't have any edit will actually tell you that they don't have any editable properties if you double click on them. I'm now going to set up a bunch of typical settings for a nice looking height map. Just a quick one. You should normally set the initial properties before you build the first height map, before you build the first stack. Now that I've set my initial properties on all of them, I'm going to click on the build button. And there's my final terrain. As you click on each item, you can see up and down the stack from the initial height map that we created. You can see what each and every device adds to the next layer of the height map. You can even go into the terrain properties and modify the spacing, then go back to the stack and adjust the altitude, for example. So that way you can change the visual look of the height map to be what you want. And if everything in this is exactly what you want for your final height map, then you can either save it by going to the File, Export Terrain, and that will export the height map at whichever section of the stack you currently have selected. So if you want to save off the last item, the final height map, you would click on your last item, then go to the File, Export Terrain, and export it to the format that you want. Or if you want to just collapse the stack down so that you have just the final height map only, you can collapse it and the entire stack will disappear and you'll be left with the final height map. Once the file load and save are completed, you'll actually be able to load and save the stack as well so that you can keep these for future use. That way you can make common stack layouts that you use on multiple terrains.